preparation for this game. Even Mike Jaminski couldn't get in the building yesterday. And I gathered with the decisions made for the starting lineup, he burned a few ears.
No question about it. And I think the normal people are going to get the normal amount of minutes, but certainly a message was sent here early.
And a reach-in foul right away by Patrick Davidson.
Now, that being said, Tim, the risk you run is that Wake has their normal rotation out there. You may give up some points early that you're going to have to dig out from.
And right away, Mike Krzyzewski gives a long look to Les Jones, who made that call. And let me just say this. All officials going into every game as a team have a game plan, and you can tell they're not going to allow a lot of bumping and grinding along the perimeter tonight.
Well, it doesn't matter if Davidson picks up fouls either. I mean, he's out there to be physical with Chris Paul.
Williams taking it up strong, and he's fouled on the way up. Appears to be Patrick Johnson and/or Reggie Love on the reach rather than Johnson. Either one could have gotten it, and you can tell the game face is on Coach King.
That game face started, I think, on the bus ride home from Virginia Tech the other night. I don't know that it's changed all that much. It's 72 hours.
I know you had a chance to talk with Johnny Dawkins. I did too before the game. I've never seen he and Wojciechowski and Chris Collins, I've never seen them as pensive before a game as they were tonight.
Well, it's the realization that there's some issues with this ball club, and they want to try to get them resolved.
Well, let's face it, this has been the program that's been the gold standard of the conference for the last decade plus, and they don't want to be the first team to lose 3 consecutive games since the 95-96 season, which was the first year back from Mike Krzyzewski's imposed sabbatical when he had the back problems.
Part of the issue, too, is Romain Duke-Ball. In years past, Duke has had a player who would not let them lose games like that. This ball club doesn't feature that guy yet. They've had different guys try to be leaders. J.J. Redick probably comes as close as anybody, but nobody has risen to the level of, say, a Shane Battier.
True. Redick, the leading scorer in the conference, being checked by Gray. That's always a good sign when Redick knocks down his first. Chris Paul trying to get it down quickly, finds Vitas Danilus for a 3-point answer.
And look for Wake Forest to continually run the ball up the floor, push tempo. They want to get Duke's legs tired as quickly as possible.
Quick trap of Davidson. Danilus almost tore it away. Now the 10-second opportunity comes up, and Mike Krzyzewski quickly gets the timeout as time was winding down, and he is bending Brian Kersey's ear now.
And it's obvious recognition by Wake Forest that normal guard play, Daniel Ewing has those responsibilities to handle the press. You've got a guy in who's only never started before, Patrick Davidson. Go right at him and jump him and put him in a pressure situation.
They're pulling out all stops here tonight with many of the alumni. It's All-Star Weekend, and Jason Williams, who of course unfortunately was injured and his NBA opportunity cut short, was out on hand. Chris Duhon also here. You remember what it was like to come back home again after playing at the next level and on an All-Star Weekend having an opportunity to come back to Cameron.
Yeah, it was fun. I got my first All-Star break, came back here and saw a game. Still, most of my friends were in college. Thing to remember for people out there that count starts again.
Yes.
10-second count again, so Duke in no danger there.
Redick gets the shooter's touch.
Well, he and Sheldon Williams are the two main offensive threats that are out there on the floor, and Redick trying to set the tempo early.
Johnson picks up the foul as Paul goes with the leaner on the window.
Well, and this is what J.J. Redick has really started and added to his game is the dribble penetration. Of course, you have to honor that 3-point shot. He's got unlimited range, and then that time he just checked up short. The defender couldn't react, and he creates space for himself.
I spoke with Chris Paul before the game tonight, and I asked him, I said, did you take any time to study how John Gilchrist and Jarrett Jack, two guards in this conference, have played when they came into Cameron? And he said, yeah, but I'm a different kind of guard, and I've got a little more help in my backcourt. I have to play within myself.
And they're two different, they're both Gilchrist and Jack very powerfully built. And Chris Paul solid in his own right, but just a little shorter.
Redick, a perfect 3 for 3. Paul leads leaves it for Levy. And Jamal Levy, ask any coach in this conference about dealing with Wake Forest. They will have, after the guard play, they all turn to Jamal Levy.
Well, and look who he's guarding right now. He gets the tough assignment. He's got J.J. Redick. He's got the length at 6'9" to bother him on the outside. And they have consistently worked with him on that free throw line jump shot, which he just knocked down.
Nice save by Davidson. Johnson comes away with it. Redick in traffic is fouled by Levy.
You can see there's really no continuity to Duke's offense right now because you've got a group that doesn't have many, this combination hasn't worked together all that much. So J.J. Redick has had to shoulder all of the responsibility of creating shots for himself.
We'll mark it down about 2:16 in. Patrick Davidson leaves, gets a big hug from Coach K. I think the emotional job has been done, and Daniel Ewing's on the floor.